Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blanks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Yeah, everybody.
We're back to talk Netflix's newest reality TV show. This is Million Dollar Secret. This is week 2, guys. So this is episodes 4, 5, and 6. Go back, check the playlist. We did episodes 1, 2, and 3 last week. Also, an interview with, full spoilers, guys, here. First, second, and third eliminated players, Se Young and Lauren. We have an interview with them. It's really, really good, in depth. Almost an hour long. They really went into a bunch of their thoughts on different players, their eliminations, Lauren's self-confession, and also kind of how they got into the show. So a lot of really good stuff there. Let us know who else you'd like us to talk to. Throw some questions in there, and we said we'll get some answers for you. Brian, week 2. My big takeaway from week 2, Brian, is that the clues, man, the clues are too strong. The clues, maybe they did this intentionally or not. There were some theories, and we waited for you to throw out there that came up during the interview. But for me, the clues a little too domineering. If you have a clue about you, you're done.
It's almost like damning. And I think if they're going to be that damning on the player, there shouldn't be a kickback. Like you shouldn't have votes against you. Like the Scream one. I mean, come on, man. That's crazy. It's
The
easy to
Scream
make
one was
that one. That
bad,
was
man.
bad. I mean, the one was worth it because the one that Sam got had a lot of power. It's like only your vote counts. I mean,
That was the Justin
that's an
Timberlake one, right?
automatic one. Yeah, dude, that's you got to do that because you're automatically safe. Because the next week it could be a reshuffle or the next episode.
It's a very good point, Brian. It was one of our criticisms of week 1 was that like I'm not doing it. I don't care as long as I don't do anything crazy. I don't care if I got a vote or 2 votes against me, especially when there's 8, 9 people. But why am I going to go try to get people to scream, right? Because guess what? That's what screwed Philip, right? If he did not do the scream, he would not have been eliminated. However, the problem isn't even in one clue, right? We came into this week knowing that it was one of 3 people, right? So automatically, you're just this is like kind of like claim to fame, but claim to
Yeah.
fame, the clues are really tough. People are not really keen to share with one another or maybe share with one other person. I don't know if the producers didn't think this was going to happen like this or not, but like the idea that none of these people will lie to each other and that they're just putting all the clues out on the board was not, I don't think, how this show is intended to be operated.
I agree. I agree. And like I said, if they're gonna have these clues, you can't have these votes against people like if it's gonna be that obvious. And we said this on the interview with Lauren and Sam as well. I just think that the not the getting out the millionaire doesn't matter. That's what I learned from this week. It's like there needs to be an incentive of some form of like trying to actually get the millionaire out, like where we're voting for people. It's just like it doesn't matter. Like I don't know. It's
It
just
makes me wish because, and again, look, I reserve the right to be wrong next week. I don't see how this is going to change in 2 episodes,
no.
but I don't feel that the winner of this season is going to be the best player. And look, that's not always the case in reality television, but I'm almost going to be have to say I don't think the winner is going to technically really earn it, other than just not basically getting lucky and not having that cash roll into them. And so they didn't have to have clues about them. And
Mhm.
maybe they're different. There's gonna be some crazy games the final 2 weeks or some real mind games to have to actually win it in the end. But to me, there's a little bit too much luck involved.
No, I can agree with that as well. And I just think that if they learn from this season. And it's kind of the same thing we said about the trust. I think like we like it. I just think there's a couple tweaks that could make it a little better. And like we also brought this up on the interview, the trust at least had like money incentives where people would lie, and I think that would actually benefit in this game a little
If
bit.
I had 50 grand in my pocket, then I'm willing to go try to get somebody to say something ridiculous and knowing that
Right.
I'm probably going to get identified, but it'll
Yeah.
be good TV that people can get their person and they can have the scene and blah blah blah. But like you said, like cool, you got the millionaire. Doesn't matter.
Just
By
yeah, it doesn't
getting
mean
him, it doesn't
anything.
make me advance in the game at all because I got a correct vote about the millionaire. There's nothing that helps me. There's
Right.
no
And yeah, I just think that that would be such an easy fix because it just, what is the point of the vote other than having a popularity contest? And these people build alliances, and I want to just segue right away over to Chris. Is like Chris has an alliance over here with Sid that he's simping over, but like, why is he doing what he's doing if he's going to try to ruin that alliance about how he's voting? Where this is a popularity contest. It just
It
I don't
is.
get it.
And
I don't get
you
it.
The honesty, it's his big mistake really is all of a sudden trying to pull some deception and insert some lying when all this entire game has been built upon is just everyone just telling everyone the cards they received, right? And by trying to all of a sudden because again, everyone's cross-checking everybody. I'm gonna keep bringing it up, but to me it's so, I don't want to say damning because I like the show,
Yeah.
but it definitely has thrown the balance off of what it could be if just a few simple lies were told. But based again, it may just be this cast. But if someone comes out and says, I'm not sharing, they're probably getting voted out, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's not
This late in
how
the
these
game,
other
especially
shows have worked. Like you said, um, uh,
trust.
the trust didn't work like that. And it does not happen like that on Claim to Fame either. Another one where we have you win the secret about someone or a clue about someone.
Right.
It's just very interesting. And again, it's cool in a respect. It is kind of just like, gotta see what happened, what these people are gonna do, and they're doing it.
Yeah, and I like the cast. I don't really dislike anybody, and I just think that that would just be a nice change. But it, I like, and I don't know. Like, I think at least the challenges are a little different. I mean, they're not like the most advanced challenges, but at least they're not something we've seen it's somewhere else on another show. And
Two people I want to highlight,
yeah,
Brian, obviously, before we go, Samantha, the millionaire of this block for the most
mhm,
part, post Philip.
yep,
I thought she played a good game. Like we said, the Justin Timberlake advantage was key. I thought she made a great choice, frankly, in eliminating Lydia. I thought Lydia was a great player, but she
yeah,
definitely was going to be a strong vocal player,
yeah,
and she was on to her. So it was a good move.
yeah. No, I think she's playing pretty well. I think the change is probably going to help her. I think,
Uh-huh.
and even though Chris was on her and she got rid of Chris, or Chris got eliminated, I still think it's probably tough that to hold it that long. It's like almost like playing hot potato game. Eventually, you're gonna get caught.
And I also think it was a bit of a stretch, frankly, the cop clue to associate with her. But why are you talking about police at all? Why are you talking about any
I
cop
know,
friends? And
I know.
that literally is going to probably lose the game for her, unfortunately, because these people I don't think are going to let that out of their heads, whether they think she's still the millionaire or not. She's a good player, and I think that's going to be the thing that unfortunately gets her.
And that might also hurt Sid that she brought up whatever. I sell mental equipment. I don't know why. It's just like,
And it's something
but
that
you
frankly,
know,
would like to talk to her. I don't like yeah, we didn't beat Lauren up too much on it, but it is the idea of like, there, you're playing a game. You cannot, not even do not, you cannot offer up information that is not required of you.
to me though, at least to me it seems real. Like that's a mistake I could see somebody making. So like at least like the cast isn't in here being, I think, like
Yeah.
complete fakers.
No, 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 no.
When we talked to Lauren, she's like, "Yeah, this is what I thought," and like you can kind of see what she's saying, and she knows, like, yeah, it was kind of dumb.
It wasn't strategically
Yeah,
smart, but it was a real human response.
yeah,
And
and
I'm
that's what,
fine with
yeah,
that. I'm here for that too. But
right,
I also then obviously reserve the right to criticize that human
yeah.
response.
But I mean, I think that's what makes the show kind of good is like in Netflix shows for the most part, minus the mole, like
Yeah,
the people are relatable for the
I
most
agree.
part. They're not like robots.
You looking forward to the finale next week, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what happens. Especially like well, obviously where the money goes, how they're gonna do the ending. Like, is it gonna be like down to the final three or something like that, or like
God forbid,
everything?
Brian, a reality television show could just have a final two. I mean, Deal or No Deal Island, I think was like the only thing we've watched recently that had a final two.
Hmm. I just think it'd be pretty tough in this one to have a final two with
Yeah,
the way that works. But
there's so many people left.
and I'm also wondering if people are gonna come back.
Yeah, God. I
I'm
mean, I
sure.
want to see Harry. Obviously, now I want to see our friends Stay Young and Lauren.
We also
So
have a couple other people in the pipeline too. So
it's
for the
true.
people who've made it this far.
Yeah, we definitely have some people in the pipeline
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
anybody else who's watching the show,
Cast members, we want to interview you. Like I said, we've knocked two out. We have two more that are getting lined up right now. So, let's
doors
see.
open.
Was there nine of it? What?
So the door's wide open.
Yeah, doors wide
Anybody
open.
will walk in.
Frankly, would like to do it while within the next few weeks of the show being on and being still up on the
Yeah.
top 10 list there in Netflix. So, but again,
Yeah.
we'll always make time regardless.
Oh, of course.
really looking forward to our next set of interviews. And obviously, I'm looking forward to the finale, Brian. I want to see
Yeah.
how they structure the finale of this show, and then we can give a full proper review next week of a whole season of a new show, which is great.
Mm.
Um, like we mentioned, the interviews here, we cover all Netflix reality TV shows, both English and foreign language. We cover all American competition reality series. We mentioned things like The Traitors, Survivor, The Amazing Race, of premieres of other shows coming up in the next few weeks. So please hit the notification bell, follow us on social media, and you won't miss any of our reviews. So we really appreciate everyone who sticks around. There's a really cool community growing here with the Netflix shows. But until next time, for myself and Brian, thank you so much for watching. Peace.